it's time to get it lit. We got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Flacco from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return, and the Lions will take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield and get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know the fans are thinking right now, I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Now Riddick. He's got a first down and inside the midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So kind of a tough break there. No real hook or slice to that one, but he's denied by the upright.
And he basically hits it just straight as an arrow. But yeah, since he's on the hash mark to begin with, straight as an arrow isn't good enough.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On second and 11 now. Stafford. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Check.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Switch up, switch up. Check 31, check 31.
Stafford now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jesse James, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Royce Freeman, 2nd-year man from Oregon. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Flacco. This is the tight end Fant. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall, 2nd tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the 2nd Iowa tight end taken in the draft is teammate T.J. Hawkinson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions, but Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine, and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Flacco. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. On the return, here's Agnew. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good with their...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against the defense, who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Stafford delivers this to Hawkinson, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
51, Mike 51. Hey, 22.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 50, Stafford. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
250.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
16 yards, a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Flacco on the give to Lindsay. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 2nd and a couple, Flacco. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We play to win.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, Flacco. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal. From the 2 now. Second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Theo Riddick, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now Flacco will lead them up as they're going to go for 2. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead.
It got his man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Second and 10, Stafford again. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know you probably saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. They'll run with McKesson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
40 got.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Johnson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. To throw is Stafford. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Bang, 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 bang. 32.
From the 50, it's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. James has got it, complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jesse James, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Flacco to throw again on 2nd down. And his pass incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A carry now for McKissick. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the gun on third down, Stanford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
11 yards there and a Lion first down. On first down at Stanford. Caught by Jones. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Here's Stafford. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here's Sam Martin now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And James has it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go, D.
On first down, Stafford here. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Amendola, the intended receiver. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
From the 22, Flacco will let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Flacco. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner, Darius Slay.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here's McKissick. He was brought down there by Will Parks. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They find some open field here. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Stafford to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Flacco. They'll find Lindsey here. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Here's Flacco out to the flat for Reddick. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They're going to look to throw on 4th with Flacco. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. 2nd down and goal. Flacco to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will actually break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Tracy Walker. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw. The
All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They go to Johnson again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Lions, the wins have been hard to come by, but they get one here to move to 4-11 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
years of problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Die from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I get back up.